Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Chakra Wisdom Tarot by Tori Hartman. This way. Artwork by Katrina Sokolova. There's websites ToriHartman.com and WatkinsPublishing.com. Feel free to freeze frame there if you want to see that or use that or whatever you got to do. Supportive Oracle Cards. You Are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. There's a website here, rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A is an apple, U is an umbrella. Okay, what do we have for Taurus? Taurus. Okay, we'll put a couple oracle cards down. They're not telling you, but you know it's coming. Okay, they're not telling you, you know it's coming. They're not telling you, but you know it's coming. I keep getting that. So you've kind of picked up on subtle hints, but you're trying to ignore it. Seven of Swords, but you got the threshold here. You know something's about to happen. You'd rather it didn't, so you're trying to ignore it. You know something's coming, though. I keep getting that. But it's kind of like, maybe we can keep it the way it's been. No, that's not what this is. Maybe if I don't acknowledge it, I can change it later. If I don't acknowledge it, I can change it later. Because I feel like the 7 is like things staying the same. You're not ready to change. This isn't ready to go. Like, this isn't the time to do this. So you're kind of like, if I just don't acknowledge it, maybe I can just kind of like, well, that's not how that was supposed to go, so let me fix it type thing. Something like that. But 7 of Pentacles, let me just center on that a little bit better. Because this is typically the card where things aren't ripe. They're not ready to be done. But they're saying, you may be technically right that it's not the right time for this, so you're ignoring it. But by ignoring it, I feel like this is going to work against you. You know what's coming. Because when I see this card, the Psychic Conversation, it's somebody's being very passive-aggressive, and they're making a change here. They're going for what they want. They're just going for what they want. And when they do this, though, it's going to create a change. I don't feel like this is going to go to your benefit, though. I feel like this is going to work against you if you ignore it. Now, for some of you, I understand it's going to be like, well, that ship already sailed. I already ignored it. It already happened. Okay, so let's just keep going and see if something else better comes in. Because whoever this is isn't really considering the history of the situation. They're just going for what they want. This is the challenge card for them. They're just not considering where things have been and how they got where they are. So maybe this is somebody who should be more respectful to your opinion. They're not. Maybe they should be, but they're not. They might not be seeing it that way. I'm not saying that's correct. I'm just giving the heads up. They just might not be seeing it that way. That they should be, that they should be more respectful to your energy for who you are. It seems to me like they should, but they may not see it in that light. They may not think that that's a factor here, even though I do think it's a factor here. But, I mean, if they should or not, that's a whole other story, I guess. But they're not. That's just the short of it. They're not. What's coming next with this? I feel like they're going to figure this out after the fact that wasn't the best idea. You seem to be standing back. I'm getting this connection here. The 5 of Pentacles, but the face down. Oh, you're really not happy. 9 of Swords, but I feel like you're unhappy. You're kind of like, I feel like I'm very upset with this person. Like, I almost feel like this is how it's naturally coming through, so take it with a grain of salt. after all I did for you, and then you do that? Like, after all I did for you, you do that to me. Like, I feel like that's where you're standing. Like, you did that to me? Like, how could you do that to me? Something like that. They should be considering you more. They're not. I almost feel like you're kind of feeling like if I just don't acknowledge it, they won't do it. Again, at this point, I don't know if you're seeing it or not. If it already happened, then it already happened. So it may be explaining like they weren't even realizing. It just was not, I don't know, they just weren't viewing it that way. Right or wrong, they just weren't viewing it that way. It seems like they really needed to, but they weren't. A lot of heavy energy here. After the fact, I feel like they're going to figure it out. After the fact, because I got Temperance coming in, and I feel like they're just kind of going along their business, but it's becoming painfully obvious that you're really unhappy with them. It could even be the cold shoulder. But they're getting it slowly but surely. I feel like it's slowly but surely because they're going on and doing this and they're doing that, and they're just getting things done, and they've made their choice. But I feel like you might not be communicating with them like you usually do, and I feel like it's slowly but surely making an impression on them. Like, huh, the Taurus. The Taurus isn't like, what's going on with the Taurus? What's up with the Taurus? Oh, you're gonna end up telling them. Okay. Three of Pentacles comes in, right? You know, coins, pentacles, earth, it's all the same. The face down card is when they do ask you, this comes in. The Devil card, like, you had really, you didn't know that was gonna tick me off. You didn't? No? You didn't know that? You're not in the mood. You're not in the mood for it. You're not happy, clearly, and you're saying your piece. You got the High Priestess. So that's the interesting thing with Taurus. You make a Taurus mad, you're gonna know it, but you have typically. It seems to me like Taurus has this calm, like, energy. Like, you come forward. I feel like the ones I've dealt with, like, they come forward with a lot of strength. It's so subtle, but like they're they're unhappy. You know, but they can make their point very solemn, very direct, very just. They can get right in your face and they'd be like, "I don't like this, and this is why I don't like this, and how did you not know that was the wrong move?" And it comes forward with this pressure, like, "How would you not know that was wrong? How would you not know?" And it comes forward really strong. You make an impression. I know there's a lot of different versions of Taurus. I give you that. So maybe you have a different way of that. So take it with a grain of salt, naturally. But the base Taurus energy, it comes forward like very uncomfortably calm. Like, when you're not happy, people know it. But you're very kind of like, you're not destructive usually. Taurus by itself, like, you'll explain that you're not happy, but you're not going to ruin all the work you've done. So Taurus is typically not destructive like that, in my opinion. Like, not out of the blue. But you'll be like, oh, this isn't right, and I'm going to tell you why. So that Devil card energy does come in, but it makes a big impression on whoever this is. Whoever this is has to think it out. They have to think out what's going on here. They got the Hermit card with the Ascended Masters. That could be them getting assistance. That could be them looking at options. That could be them trying to figure out how to make you happy. It's kind of like, well, what's done is done. Now what am I going to do? So they might have to get other input from other people. Kind of like, yeah, I ticked off the Taurus. I don't know what I'm going to do. And other people might have to tell them, well, what did you do? Well, they might have to first explain, like, well, you made the Taurus mad, but what is the Taurus mad about? Like, why is the Taurus upset? They'll be like, well, because they feel like it's obvious at this point. Like, they can't play the, like, nothing, I don't know. They can't play that. I feel like this energy will be like, well, I did that. I wasn't really thinking about what I was doing. I didn't realize it was going to make them that upset, but this is their reaction to that. I did this. This is their reaction to this. And I feel like other people be like, you did that to the Taurus? Are you completely insane? Yeah, no. Other people seem to be like waking them up. I feel like when I see the Hermit card, it may be somebody who understands Earth energy better. Somebody else who's kind of like, you did that to the Taurus? Yeah, no, I wouldn't like that either. And this is why I wouldn't like that. And I'm guessing the Taurus is somewhere in that realm. This is why they don't like that. So they might have to get like somebody else to like clue them in. Like, no, that was a bad idea. After that goes through, I see these two cards coming in at once. The Star and the Knight of Cups. They're going to try to make it up to you. They're... Whatever it is, I almost feel like it's just kind of like we have to move forward from here type situation. It's kind of like, you know, if you're going to... We can use the egg analogy. Once the eggs are used and they're put in a cake batter, say you wanted scrambled eggs and somebody used your eggs and made a cake with them. You can't get the eggs back. Maybe they can get another set of eggs, you know, but they can't. You can't get the original eggs back. Let's just say that. Just go with that analogy. They're going to try to make it up to you. I feel like it depends on what's going on. They're going to show that they need to make this up, and they're going to try to. The Knight of Cups and the Star card, they're going to try to find a way to make this right with you. You then have the Chariot coming in with the appreciation. Ask for what you want. Taurus is very reasonable. Once done is done, done is done. Normal Taurus energy is very reasonable, and you'll be like, well, the eggs are used now. Kind of like, well, they're gone now. And the question is, do you want them to get you more eggs, or have you changed your mind? You're kind of like, well, it's not breakfast anymore. I like eggs for breakfast, and it's not breakfast. Which is kind of, this fits with this analogy for me. Kind of like, well, breakfast is over, so, I mean, I don't want eggs now, but you know what I would like? I would like, you know, tonight for dinner, I'd like lasagna. So if you could make that happen, I mean, at least I would be happy with that. If we can do that, that would, and then tomorrow I want my eggs again. Kind of like, or tomorrow this is what I want. Whatever is within reason. You know what's in reason. I don't have to give you that analogy. But like, you'll tell them what you, because you look at it very reasonably, like, well, that's done, so this is what I'd like. And if that can't happen, this will do. You're reasonable. You are reasonable. Taurus is typically reasonable, in my opinion. Because you're going to realize that they screwed up. They're acknowledging it, and they're trying to make it right. You've already made your point that they should not have done that. And they took that to heart, so now they're trying to correct it. I feel like they're just... This might be a situation where you just need to know that it's going to go right at some point, or better, or... It seems like it's going to create a change. When I'm getting the Chariot card, I don't know. The change will work to your benefit. It's just kind of rolling with it at this point. Again, you're reasonable. You try to be as reasonable as you can. And once done is done, done is done. So I guess the whole message here is like it will get better at least. It does get better. Like, that's something, right? 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 I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'll see the comments below about how you feel about that. But that's what I'm getting. Like, not like I get to decide that for you. It's just what's here in the cards. But, all right. I think I'm going to let that be. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.